All right, let's talk about a Python function that literally every single developer uses, print. But hey, this isn't going to be your basic day one tutorial, oh no. We're about to unlock some secret features that I promise will totally change how you think about it. Yeah. Hello world. This is where it all begins, right? It's probably the very first line of code most of us ever wrote. It seems so simple. You give it something and boom, it shows up on the screen. But what if there's way more going on under the hood? And that's the big question, isn't it? We're going to find out. Because hiding right under that simple surface, the print function has some seriously powerful arguments that can totally transform your output, give you fine-tuned control over your console, and honestly, just make your code a whole lot cleaner. Okay, so before we jump into the real secrets, let's just quickly get on the same page. Set a modern baseline for how we handle things. Because we're always printing text and variables together, and how you do it, well, it really matters. So this slide kind of shows the evolution. On one side, you've got the old way using commas, and look, it works, but it can get pretty clunky fast. Now, the modern approach? F strings. You just pop an F right before the string, and you can stick your variables directly inside curly braces. It is so much cleaner, so much more readable. It's really the way to go these days. All right, you ready? Let's pull back the curtain on our very first secret power, the separator, or as you'll see it in the code, sep. You know how when you print multiple things with commas, Python automatically puts a space between them? Well, that's the sep argument doing its job. By default, it's just a single space, but the cool part is you can change it to literally anything you want, a dash, a slash, or even nothing at all. Check out this perfect example. Say we've got variables for year, month, and day. Instead of messing around with adding strings together, you just print them and add one little thing at the end. sep//. That's it. You're telling Python, hey, use a slash as the separator instead of a space. And boom, look at that result. A perfectly formatted date just like you'd want to see it. No clunky string concatenation needed. This is awesome for things like creating file paths or, any kind of data that needs a specific delimiter. Okay, on to secret number 2. This one is all about controlling what happens at the very end of your print statement. Have you ever stopped to wonder why every single print call starts on a new line? Well, it's because of this guy, the end argument. By default, it's set to a special new line character. But just like with sep, we can take control and change it to whatever we want. So here is a classic use case, making a little progress indicator. We print processing data, but then we tell it end equals ... What does that do? It stops print from jumping to the next line. The cursor just sits there, waiting. So when our next print call comes along, it picks up right where the last one left off. And there's the beautiful result. 2 completely separate print calls, but they create one single, continuous line of text. This is such a powerful technique for making dynamic status updates in your scripts without flooding the console with new lines. So sep and end are fantastic, right? They'll cover you most of the time. But print function still has a few more tricks up its sleeve for more advanced situations, like, say, writing your output directly to a file instead of the screen. Now, this slide just gives us a quick peek at some of those pro-level features. You've got the file argument, which lets you redirect your output straight to a log file, for example. And then there's flush, which basically forces the output to show up immediately. We're not going to go deep into these today, but it's really good to know they exist for when you need them. Okay, theory is great and all, but the best way to make this stuff stick is to actually do it. So I've got a few little challenges for you based on everything we've just covered. Go ahead and pause here and give these a shot in your own editor. First, try to print a date with hyphens using just the sep argument. Then, see if you can make a countdown, 3, 2, 1, all on a single line using end. And for the final boss challenge, try to combine both to print a list of fruits with commas in between and a period right at the end. You got this. So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that even the most basic everyday tools can have this incredible, surprising depth. We just peeled back a new layer of control on a function we all thought we knew inside and out. And it really makes you wonder, right? If print has this much power hiding in plain sight, what other simple commands are you overlooking? Keep digging and you might be surprised what you find.